think it's okay for a woman to hit a man. However,
I do not
feel I will have to justify it because a man is much stronger than a woman.
What does that have to do with it? It has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it is. If a woman hits you, you need to walk away because when you hit her back, your hit is going to be a lot stronger.
So you're saying it's okay to hit the guy?
No,
and he's
it's
not
not
supposed
okay.
to do anything.
It's not okay.
So why?
Stop putting words in my mouth.
Why is there
I did
not
not
enough
say it was
control?
not okay. Because sometimes you men piss us off so damn much that we just have to touch you.
Wow.
But when you guys react, it should not be so physical that you're knocking us out. That's not okay.
We're supposed to accept abuse.
No, I don't think you should get abused. I think woman needs to have some sort of control, obviously, and know it's not right because I don't hit you.
You're damn right.
But I be feeling like it.
Yeah, I bet you
And
do.
I see your face that you feel like smashing my head through a wall, but you don't.
Right.
But the point is, Meech, what I'm trying to say is that if I hit you, bap, you should not turn around and hit me back.
I have a universal rule.
And what's that rule?
You hit me, you getting hit back.
That's not okay. Look how petite and small and cute I am. And if I do a little slap here like that, and then you turn around and you punch me in my face, I'm just gonna.
It's gonna get a message across.
Yeah, but what message? It's gonna get you in jail. You know, you're physically stronger.
Yo,
men are
serious?
physically, most men, because some of you men out there be looking real weak, are physically stronger than women. Yes. And I don't think you should hit back. I am not justifying anything. Are you listening to anything I'm saying? I am saying that you should not hit the woman back when she hits you. You need to walk away or hold her like this, grab her and say, don't put your hands on me, very strongly. Don't put your hands up before you to take up your hand and slap or take your fist and punch or shove her in a way that she can really hurt herself. No, I don't think that's okay. That's my opinion. And you've never hit me and I've never hit you, but I just feel like, I don't think it's okay. What? It was a question.
I live by a universal rule. Men live by the same rule. This is why most of the time when men hit another man, they know what's going to happen next. Most likely they're going to get punched back and the fight's going to happen. See, the problem is women think they can do certain things and get away with it. And this is why they keep doing it. And then it goes more and more and more and more things happen. And then at some point, see, women know how to push a guy's buttons to the point where the guy can just restrain the woman to keep pushing and pushing, till he loses it, and then he ends up choking her or punching her in the face or slapping her, and then he's wrong.
Right, because you still need to learn how to control yourself. You're physically much stronger than we are.
That's not the problem. The problem is you guys are doing things purposely to get a reaction. So if you're going to talk about control...
Well, we don't want the reaction of you hitting us, but we do want the reaction of you realizing that we're pissed the hell off and that we didn't know how to control our anger.
There has to be accountability, seriously, on both sides.
Okay, so the other day we went to Carvel, not to cut you. And
Hold on. Let me make this point real quick.
Hurry up.
On all seriousness, there has to be accountability on both sides. So what I'm saying is you can't continuously push and provoke somebody.
True.
And
I agree.
Push them to the point where you're trying to make them do something, and then when you get what you're asking for, you're trying to play the victim.
It's like that. Do you think it's okay if you as a man were not hurt? And I would never do it, so I'm not trying to advocate for people hitting, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if a woman that was small hit you, do you think you should hit her back even though you weren't hurt?
I absolutely think I should have the right to hit that lady back. No,
even if you weren't hurt?
Absolutely. It
Why?
cannot be the case that some 5'3" woman gets to run around and hit every 6-foot man. Like, what world are you living in? Right. Just because you can't hurt, wait. Just because a woman is 5'3" and can't hurt a man over 6 foot means that she just gets to walk around and hit every single man willy-nilly?
No.
Well, there you go.
So okay. So are you saying that it's men's duty to
Jesus Christ? Who said the word duty? Are you? Come on, Kay. Listen, Kay. I'm starting to see what people are talking about.
Hey, my fucking phone, you fucking piece of shit. Don't fucking come in. Fucking easy, you fucking. Yeah. Fucking goddamn fucking shit. Take my fucking glasses and bring my fucking glasses. Fuck you. You're punching me.
Really, Nate?
She punched me. You need to back the fuck off, Veda.
What's going on, my IBMOR peeps? This is Art, and I want to talk about this serious subject for today. The videos that you saw at the beginning of this are very disturbing, at least because a lot of females hold this view. And the view of domestic violence towards men is never talked about. Never has. And people sweep it under the rug. They really do. Now, we've always seen videos of where if they are acting out domestic violence towards men, where the woman is hitting the man, men and women just seem to shrug it off like he deserved it or that sort. But they don't hold the same thing for men doing it to women. And you see this throughout the society at large. If a woman is hitting a man, it's justified because people will walk away, people will laugh, people think it's funny. And it's not. It really isn't. Just as much as it is you think it's wrong for a man to hit a woman, it is extremely wrong for a woman to hit a man. There's no justification in it. There's no justification for a woman to hit a man, just like there's no justification for a man hitting a woman. But if you bring them to that situation, if you sit there and poke at someone long enough, don't be surprised if you get something in return of that. It is a man's duty that he needs to protect himself from any threat that is posed against him. Now, a lot of women ain't gonna like that because you say, oh, you think it's okay to hit a woman? Then say that. But if you put yourself into that man and he starts willing on him, that man has a right to defend himself. Just like you have a right to defend yourself if a man starts willing on you. You can't sit here and tell me that it's okay and it should be acceptable for a woman to hit on a man and a man is just supposed to sit there and take it. There is going to be a response that's going to happen. And I implore men in general that if you have, because a lot of this time, men are just learning how to take it. And it's about time now that men start walking away from these women. As soon as you start seeing this stuff, as soon as they have this mindset in their head, they think this is okay, that a man should never hit a woman no matter what circumstance. And as soon as she even thinks about getting in your face and pointing her finger in your face or anything like that, or doing anything physical, anything at all, you need to go ahead and leave. Do not wait to let this escalate. I'm telling you this right now, gentlemen. Do not sit here and let this violence towards you escalate between this woman just because she's a woman. I don't care how emotional they can get. They want to go punch something, get them a freaking punching bag and let them punch on that for a while. But as soon as she even hints at the simple fact that she's going to hit you, you need to dump her right then and there. You really do. Stop taking the abuse that they give you. Go ahead and freaking leave. Because if you allow her to keep doing that and you do nothing, it's going to keep escalating more and more and more and more, to the point where your buttons are going to be pushed so freaking hard that you are going to do something. And we all know how the society looks at us. Because there have been too many times I see women push the buttons of freaking men to let them do something. And then they go out and say that they were the victim. When all in actuality, they were the ones that started it. They were the ones that pushed those buttons. And nobody gave a fuck about her doing that to that guy. Not even your own fucking family will have your own back. Not even your own friends. You need to do it for yourself. If that woman is not being your peace, she is going to be your destruction. See, because you can't have it both ways. You can't sit there and tell man that it's okay that if she's hitting him, then he shouldn't do anything. But then in the same breath that the one woman was talking in the beginning with, I guess was a husband or a boyfriend or where it was, she never said that there should be a consequence for a woman hitting a a man. All she's talking about is like, oh, it's just because I feel she just want to, how you make us feel, you just want to touch you. Guess what? You may want to smack a motherfucker upside the head, but don't do it. So a lot of these women need to learn self-control. You need to control yourself, but since you can't, maybe you don't need to be in a fucking relationship. Maybe you don't, until you learn to control yourself. See, women are the worst at communicating. They are the worst. Women are the worst at communicating their frustrations and anger. I don't know how many times I've told women, I don't care what issues you have, just come to me and talk. I say that in the beginning of every relationship I've ever had, and they never tell you anything. So that way you can actually have a conversation. They just keep it inside until it just blows up one day. And they're the ones that's blowing up over something that happened 2 years ago that you have no fucking idea about what was going on. Like, where did all that come from? Oh, it happened 2 years ago? How come you didn't tell me 2 years ago? You share that now. You should have read my mind. Didn't you see me huffing and puffing? I just thought you had a bad day at work. You didn't tell me anything. You didn't just sit down here and say, let's talk. It always plays out the same damn way. No matter if I tell them, come to me about something. It's always got to be like something that happened 6 months to a year ago. That's how it always happens. Always. Because they're the worst communicators about expressing themselves. They express themselves how they want to, but when it comes to something that's important, that's actually bothering them, like that's gonna delve into the relationship, they just shut down. They won't come to you with that shit. They come to you with the shit that they want to come with you with. And then they get frustrated, mad, angry, and then they want to take it out on you. Physically. Because they feel they should have the right to do it. And you're just supposed to sit there and take it while someone's hitting you in your face. Because she's mad. She gets to kick you, spit on you, throw stuff at you, hit you with foreign objects. And as a man, you're just supposed to take it. Because I'm a 4'8" woman. I'm petite. Listen, if you are that damn small, there's no reason why you need to be barking up in anybody's face, Chihuahua. There's no reason for you to be barking. You will get punted. 2 points. You will get extra points out here. You go through them damn yellow uprights. There's no freaking way that you should be doing that. And you know you shouldn't be doing it, but you don't care. Cause for some odd fucking reason, you think that men in this generation, or in any generation for that matter, should have the wherewithal to be like, just because I hit you, it don't hurt. Look, you are invoking a violent act upon another human being. The reaction to that is to defend myself by any means I see fit. Keep your damn hands to your motherfucking self. Because most of the times these domestic calls are initiated. They're initiated a lot of the times by the women poking at the bear. Poke, 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 poke. I'm just gonna push his buttons today. Until you push so much that the man snaps, just like any other human would. And then now you want to play the victim because you know society at large is gonna hold the men more accountable. And you run with that. But these will be the same women that their sons will get domestically abused, and they wouldn't care. A lot of them wouldn't care. How I know? Nobody cared about when I had a woman coming up on me, trying to hit on me, putting her finger in my face, trying to make me to do something that she knows that would get me out of the house because my name was on the lease. This is why I tell guys all the time, make sure your name's on the lease. Don't be living with a woman if your name is not on the lease legally. Because a lot of times these women will get these guys, just have them stay with them. And then once they get mad, they can be able to kick you out. Because you have no legal holdings to that apartment. That is not your dwelling. That is her dwelling. And because that is her dwelling, she has the right to tell people who and what they can stay, where they can stay inside that dwelling. Happened to me. My ex tried to kick me out, but guess what? My name's on the lease. That was my household as well. And I told her, I'm not going nowhere because I'm supposed to stay right here because this is my dwelling. And she was mad for the simple fact that she couldn't do anything. The only thing that she could do was try to provoke me to do something to her so that way I'll be forced out. But I didn't fall for the okie doke because that's exactly what she wanted to do. And at that point, when I knew I had to go, I had to leave. Because the first amount of the violence that she showed towards me, I'm out. You're not going to escalate this any further within this relationship. None whatsoever. If this is how you're going to be and you don't want to actually talk about it and start acting a damn fool like that, I don't need to be around you at all. You think that my family themselves call me every single day to try to figure, hey, are you doing okay? Do you need anything? This and that? Nope. Had to do everything myself. Had to move. Pretty much almost had to move by myself. My friends didn't call me for support. Because as a man, you don't get support when you're domestically abused. Because people don't take it seriously. You'll be like, oh, it's just, this has had a fight. You just da-da-da-da. But let it happen to a woman. She can get all the support she needs. She can get shelter. She can get friends calling her, family calling her, cousins coming out trying to beat up the guy, this, that, and the third. I mean, we've seen it. There's no emotional support for men that go through this. There's no support in the society for men that go through domestic abuse, because when a man is domestically abused in this society, he's looked at as less than a man because he couldn't control his quote unquote woman. That's how it's looked at. And that's not right. Women can't abuse men because yes, you can. You can abuse men in many different ways. You don't have to be hitting them. You can abuse them. But this is where I have a pushback against men just need to deal with it mentality, because it sets up for men to be abused and for you to accept the abuse. When I tell guys all the time, it's like, listen, you don't have to accept that abuse. You are a human being. You deserve happiness. And if that woman is abusing you and putting you through in such an abusive state to where it's affecting you mentally, you need to go. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's she hitting you, she's not having sex with you for long periods of time that you try to use that to control you. That's manipulation, by the way, which is the most favorite female trick. She's bad-mouthing you upon colleagues, family, and friends. That's what it's your girl, your wife, or whatever. You need to leave. Do not put yourself through that torture. You don't need it in your life. There should be a movement called kick a bitch to the curb. And men need to start going out in the streets with their signs, I'm kicking bitches to the curb. Because I don't need this in my life. You don't need it. Especially if she's putting her hands on you. Especially if she's doing that. This is a society that will eat you up and spit you out. And they don't give a fuck. So the only thing that you need to worry about is giving a fuck about yourself when in these situations. Do I care enough about myself to leave and find my happiness? Because at this point in time, I'm not happy. And I'm going to end it off with this. If any of you guys are dealing with some type of domestic abuse from a woman and you feel like you can't talk to anyone, hit me up on my email at artbullpen@gmx.com. I will open up a private StreamYard session and we can talk. I'll pick a day, you can pick a time, I'll send you the link through your email and we can talk about it. Nobody has to know about it, it's just be me and you. But I'm telling you, don't stay in situations that don't make you happy. Because far too much men have been told just to deal with it. And I'm not for that. I'm not for men to stay in situations where they're not happy. This is Art. I'm out.